All right, what's up, family? Yo, this video here, I'm gonna title this one, Stealing and Looting. Yes, stealing and looting. Don't y'all think it's quite ironic? You constantly seeing all these lootings all across the nation of these people running in these stores with large number of people and running out, breaking stuff and tearing up stuff and just stealing everything like a grab, running, grab, and go real quick type of thing, right? Why is this? You say, what's up with all this looting with all these stores? You know they got insurance to cover this, but still, why is all these people looting all these stores? Well, there's a number of reasons why people are looting. It could be because of, we have also seen so many, when the verdicts, when police, unjustified police brutality causes riots, a verdict that people don't like. Unfortunately, you see a lot of looting with when someone team wins a sport or something like that. They just get outrageous. And then you know how the news does. The news always try to portray black folks as looting, but they never quite show you the white folks doing all this nonsense. But anyway, people loot for poverty reasons, because of not having something. People loot because, like I said, the verdicts. People loot because gang-related or organized crime. Because think about it, when you got 20, 30 people all at once, that's organized. But hey, when speaking about stealing and looting, I also got to mention myself when I was a youth at one time. Now watch this. I'm going to give you two stories talking about stealing and looting. Now, I never looted, but the stealing thing, you could say I had a hand in that at one point. I think most people did when you was a little kid or whatever. But watch my story here. This was around 1988, 89, somewhere around there. Just before I got out of high school, or maybe just got out, whatever, right? Maybe 90, 91, whatever, somewhere around there. But anyway, my neighbor who lived upstairs from me, right? He used to work at this grocery store called A&P back in Jersey. I don't think it exists no more. But anyway, he worked at the grocery store. So one day we chilling at the house. All of a sudden, this was one of the few times we did have a phone. Because most time we didn't have a phone. We didn't get a phone until I put the phone in my name. Because I used to do my little hustle by cutting hair. But we didn't have a phone most of the years I lived with my sister. But anyway, we get a phone call. And it's the dude that lives upstairs from us. And oh and behold, I'm at the house with my man, James. And the dude upstairs calls. He said, "Hey, man, I'm glad y'all home. Hey, listen, do me a favor. I want y'all to come to A&P real quick. Y'all got to come right now." We was like, "Yo, what's going on? What's going on?" He said, "Don't worry. Look, y'all got to come right now. Y'all got to be here in like the next 15 minutes. He said, "Yo, I got a whole bunch of stuff for y'all." Remember the title of the video? Stealing and looting. So we was like, "All right, bet." We jumped in my man's car and we zipped to A&P real quick. As soon as we got in A&P, we walked around trying to find him. Next you know, I guess he seen us. He walked right by us like he didn't even know us. He walked right by us and said real nonchalantly, he said, "Yo, y'all hurry up, going to aisle 4. Hurry up, going to aisle 4. And he kept walking. So we went over to aisle 4. As we get in aisle 4, there's a shopping cart full of food and all kind of accessories to the like a mountain. You know those type of shopping carts when you could tell somebody on welfare is so packed like that. So we was like, wow. So now he come walking up the other end of aisle 4. And as he walks up, he walked right by us like he don't know us. He said, "Just grab this cart. Hurry up, grab this cart and meet me at checkout line number 7. Hurry up. Y'all gotta hurry up." And so we do that, right? So we like, man, we got a lot of stuff, boy. We about to get it. So now we online. There's people in front of us. And now mind you, it's me, my man, James, and also he got his brother to come with us. So now while we online, the dude brother is first, and then my friend James is in back of him, and then I'm in back of all of them, and there's some people in front of us. So now as we checking out, and he's at the cash register checking us out. So the scam was going to be, he was going to have us spend $10 for $400 worth of groceries. That was the scam. But anyway, so now when it finally get up to us to get checked out, oh and behold, the scam was busted. The manager came out and he stood right there, right after the dude checked out all of, as he was scanning our stuff. When the manager came, my man James, he seen it. And when he seen it, he got out of line and he went back and bought some detergent and stuff. he got some detergent and stuff and got in another line and paid for that. Now, I'm going to tell you about that dude, too, because he got some silly stuff with him, too, about this. But anyway, so he went another line and paid for that. Now, me, on the other hand, now I got this big old cart with all this stuff. And, oh, man, I ain't got no $400. I'm about to be busted. So before he started checking everything out, I started putting a lot of stuff back. A lot of silly stuff that I don't want. You know, people be stealing stupid stuff. So I put back half the cart, maybe more than that. But I know in the end, I wound up purchasing about $100 worth of stuff that I didn't want because I knew we was busted. But now his brother, he had a whole nother cart, $300-400 worth of stuff. And now his receipt only said $10. And the manager stepped to him and said, hey, let me see that receipt. And all of a sudden he gave him the receipt and it said $10. You know, $10 was like for a pack of gum. He had like a 6-pack of soda. And, you know, he only had $10 worth of stuff. So the guy said, nah, what's going on here? What's going on here? This is not the receipt. And then all of a sudden his brother started looking on the floor, going back and forth. He said, I must have dropped it. I must have dropped the receipt. It must be somewhere. And the guy said, yeah, dropped it in my butt. What the hell is going on here? And then he said to the cashier, he said, hey, you know this guy? That was his brother. And the cashier said, nah, I never seen him a day in my life. And I'm sitting there like, oh, snap, I'm next. I got to pay for my stuff, man. So now, next thing you know, he said, nah, both of you guys, I'm calling the police. So he grabbed both of them and said, if you try to run, trust me. He said, now you work here. We know you. I think you know this guy. He said, I'm calling the police on both of you. Make a long story short, I paid for my stuff, which I didn't need, all that crap. And my man, he went another hour and paid for his little bit of stuff. But would you believe, when we got home, we found out that the two brothers, obviously the police did come. They got in trouble. Old boy lost his job. The manager found out, not only they knew each other, he found out they was brothers. Their mother came and picked them up. And do you know their mother told them, like as if it was me and my man James' fault. She said, that's why I don't want y'all hanging with them. They ain't nothing but trouble. This wasn't even on us. You get what I'm saying, babe? But see, this is how some parents act. Not my baby. My baby would never do that. This was all your baby's ideal. And he got busted. Now you try to put the blame on us, talking about, I don't want y'all ever to be with them again. Jokers kill me with that nonsense.
Well, when you hang around with thieves, it makes you a thief.
Well, you know what? You're right, because this wasn't my plan. This was old boy plan. He was the thief. We hanging around with him. He set it all up. We all got busted. But I didn't get busted. I went home. But now she's hateful towards me, like, I don't want you hanging with them. But anyway, back to my man Jay. See, my man Jay, this is why I said he got in another aisle and bought something. Now, as we was growing up as teenagers, I remember he used to always say this. And if he's looking at this video, he know what I'm talking about. Not that I'm putting his business out there, because we laugh about this now. I remember we would go in mini stores. And sometimes you know how you go in the store and you don't see what you want, so you just leave. But my man Jay, he had this thing with him where he always thought, man, they ain't had what I got, but I don't want them to think that I stole something, so I just bought something anyway. I'm like, yo, why you keep doing that, man? You don't have no type of compensatory thing that you owe them. As always, you know I love to give you a word of the day. That's the word of the day, compensatory. What is compensatory? It simply means to pay for something that is lost, especially when it comes to finances. When you owe somebody something, it's basically compensation to cover a loss for someone else. And that's what the dude, Vincent and his brother, James, they had compensatory that they had to pay compensatory payments back to that store for that loss. But anyway, yeah, my dude Jay used to always do that when we go in stores. He'd be like, yo, man, I ain't want them to think that I stole something, so I just bought something anyway. I'm like, yo, why you keep doing that? You keep letting guilt hit you to think that you got to buy something. If that's the case, what's going to happen the day you go to a car dealership and you just looking and then you don't buy a car? What you just going to say, put it on my credit anyway. I don't want y'all to think I'm stealing. It's the most silliest thing. Another thing that made me think about this, because remember, babe, just the other day, we went into the dollar store. Now, I ain't bougie or nothing like that, but I normally don't even go into those dollar stores and all that night. I normally don't. But it was these cups that we was trying to buy that they had at the dollar store, because my nephew had them. I like these little cups. So we went into the dollar store the other day, something I normally don't do. And when we went in the store, the aisle where those cups was at, They clearly didn't have them. They didn't even have nothing that even remotely closely looked like it. So as quickly as we walked in that aisle, quickly as we was walking out. But as we was walking out, I seen the cashier. He gave us like a big heavy side eye, like, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all stealing something? And my wife didn't peep it up, but that's why I always say, when you're able to read a person's body language, you can be ahead of the game. And I just looked at the guy back. Matter of fact, I waved at him. I was like, hey, man, have a good day. But as we was walking out, I said to my wife, yo, you know that guy thought that we possibly had stole something, like we owe some type of compensatory payment back. What? We didn't steal a damn thing. We didn't touch a thing because they didn't have what we wanted. But I peeped it out right away. Like, yo, man, don't give me this. Look like, but I get it. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? I do get it because we did walk in, we didn't buy nothing, and we walked out. Now, normally that's what thieves do. Walk in, steal something, walk out. You don't think they seen you steal something. But in our case, we didn't. But the dude looked at us like we did. Crazy. I'm going to give y'all one more story of compensatory where someone had to pay back for a loss, to cover a loss. I remember there was this dude, he worked at the KFC. Now, I'm going back to like 80, 87, 85, whatever, right? He worked at KFC. He was on his way to work. He told me and my man, Khaled, right? He said, yo, man, why don't y'all come to the KFC real quick? I'm going to hook y'all up. So we was like, word? He said, yeah, man, where's my, hurry up, though. I'm getting ready to clock in, man. Hurry up. So we said, all right, bet. We went to KFC. Man, this dude hooked us up with like 2 big buckets of chicken and all this stuff, the big family bags. Y'all remember the family bags? Man, he hooked us up with it. But then when it was time to pay, we had a receipt that said like $3, right? And his manager was standing right in back of him. He didn't even know. It's like, we didn't even notice. He was watching. And then when it came to paying, he came right in back of him. He said, let me see that receipt. Just like the dude Vincent, right? And when he went to show the receipt, he said, right away, he said, give me back that food to me and my man. He said, no, you guys get the hell out of here. And then he said, as far as you, punch out because you're fired right now. You're fired. Man, we left that KFC cracking up, man. Like, yo, man, this guy got fired, but now I bet you gonna blame it on us. Yo, man, I got fired because y'all. No, you put this plan together. We just following through. But like you said, when you hang around a thief, you become a thief. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember my mom used to say stuff like that. And I live by it to this day. I don't trust liars. You know why? Because if a person will lie to you, they'll steal from you. And if a person will steal from you, if they get caught in the act, they'll kill. So you be cautious about hanging around these type of people. But hey, I just thought I'd give y'all that little funny one. Peace.